Chuck Williams, my gosh, uh, longtime host of the chat and beyond. Man, it's good to see your face and tell you, I'm looking forward to catching up, man. What's happening right now in the big metropolis of Amarillo?
Well, in the big metropolis of Amarillo, nothing. But in Chuck's life, there's been everything. It seems as though that in the past couple of weeks, I've turned around and threw my bike ride off a couple of weeks ago. Unity and Major Taylor unity in the community.
Yeah,
And we had a pretty good turnout. Oh, but that day was a pistol starting out with the rain, you understand.
yeah, yeah.
But still, we managed to pull it off. And hey, my man Chief Birkenfeld, Amarillo Police, was out there, and several people from erstwhile KGNC.
Yeah.
And oh man, we had a good time. We had a good time. Unfortunate part about it is I didn't get a chance to ride in it. Hip was kind of acting up on me.
Right,
But
right.
uh, there's always room for the third annual. And hey, we're getting that together right now.
There you go. Well, hey, what I mean, you couldn't have a better event for you, Chuck. You're all about the community, and I'm intrigued about it. Man, I'm about that too as well. For those who haven't heard about unity in the community, what would you tell them?
Well, it started out as a very small thing, separating and dealing with the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
But as it stands, we're going to have to spread that out a little bit. And I'm getting ready to spread it out a little bit from the standpoint that the community isn't necessarily a neighborhood. The
Right,
community is your city, your town.
right, right.
And hey, that's just what it's all about.
Always, always. You know, um, People don't realize how important it is to come together. You shouldn't have to wait for a catastrophe or wildfires or twin towers
Exactly.
coming down. There's a lot to be gained for that. When people come together and they lift each other up. I'm excited about some of the things and projects that we've been talking about. um with bringing people to businesses, local businesses that need help. You know, there's there's
Mm-hmm.
there's there's multiple levels of marketing to have, but man, the good old remotes that no one does since COVID. A lot of news channels, having been a correspondent and a reporter and an anchor, news channels stopped doing on-site reports as much, remotes as much, and of course, I started in radio and your rich history in radio as well. I'm looking forward to some of those things, bringing some people out where people, perhaps have watched you for a long time, but they haven't had a chance to get to know you yet or meet you in person. And it's pretty interesting what is going on. It looks like we're having someone pop in here with us right now. And let's see if he pops in. I just saw his name. But people have watched the chat. They do care about it. And there's the man right now. It looks like he's in his car. David Lovejoy. We're already live. David, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, Brad? What are you into today?
Oh, I'm talking with Chuck right now about unity in the community, and I thought it was so much fun. You could pop in live like that. I got to join you guys live a couple of times on the chat, and here we are. And it's just so important. But we just talking about how excited we are to begin some on site cash flow events. Crowd
Right.
builder events, and just choosing
Well,
different businesses that need help, but Chuck's big with the communities, and so are you, Lovejoy, and so good to see your face. How important is it right now that communities not wait until there's a catastrophe to come together, but come together right here and now for a lot of reasons.
One of the things that you find and that you see is when something happens or there's a tragic event, people rush to it. It reminds me of an old song back in my radio days of we feel the pain of everyone and then we feel nothing. Meaning, when something happens bad or something goes on, we all rush to it, we all focus on it, and then 2 weeks into it, there's something new. And so that one dies, and then we forget about what people need. What's even better than that, though, is being there before the tragedy happens. If there's something I can do to help your group raise school supplies or to help you keep your family business doors open one more day before I bring you, I think that's the most important mission. And sometimes we forget that because we're motivated by what am I getting out of it?
Right.
What financially am I going to do? What am I going to get? Sometimes Brant taught me this: when you chase money, what is it, Brant? You invest in people, not invest in money.
Yeah,
you don't chase. You do things for people, not for money. When you start doing things just specifically for the dollar bill of it, no good can come of that because your end result is that greed to keep going instead of the satisfaction of knowing I was there. And it's not always about a hand up or a handout. It was there to support.
Right.
I'm there to support you, show allegiance. We can go to different churches. We can look at the sun from different angles, but I got your back. And that's what we're lacking a lot of in our society because it's about what am I going to get out of it? Right. My grandmother used to say, the best thing you can get out of it is feeling good.
David, you hit on a very good point.
Yeah.
The most important thing, you can invest in your time, you can invest in everything else. But when you invest yourself, that is what's most important, the way I look at it.
It's true.
It pays more dividends in the stock market.
Well, yeah, you know what? When I stopped chasing money and started helping people, the money started chasing me, and you know. So, but it's good, you know. But I'm excited though, guys, because there's a lot of people who've watched you, both of you, as well as Rhonda. But you two, you know, were doing the chat before Rhonda got to join, and you might be surprised how many people love you guys and have watched you and listened to you, and as good as the guests are, you know, people watch people because they like them. And so now they're going to have a chance to see you in person. And I'm excited to help some businesses as well. But yeah, you know, I've always loved the tapestry of community and bringing great people together. And this is definitely the time to do it.
And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to go out and reach out to those people who are saying, I'm trying to find my niche, and whether it's a restaurant or a clothing store or a car dealership or an electrical company, whatever. I'm young. I'm trying to get started. I don't really know how to do this. I'm not a social media person. I don't know. You deserve a chance to have your voice heard too, and in different outlets. And we're not the gatekeepers. We're not saying, well, you're $1 million business and that's why we're going to talk with you and deal with you.
Right.
You're a guy who just started, or you're a family who's trying to get this together to build that next future. We want to partner with you to help you do that. We want to be that outlet for you to show you, listen, what you want and how you want to do it matters, and it's important, and you have something important to say, and we want to be able to do that for you.
Well, you know, David, I have to agree with you on that. It's the entrepreneurs, as it stands right now, that are going to lead us into the future. And Brant, I'll tell you up front, there's no such a thing as a failed entrepreneur.
Right.
No.
No, there's no such thing. He may not have come upon the right idea yet, but there's no such thing as a, a failed entrepreneur.
No.
There's no such thing.
They're just learning. Yeah. Yeah. There's only learning.
Yeah. Effort is not a failure.
Correct.
Those two words don't belong in the same sentence. If you put effort in, it may not work out. You might have misdirected it. You might not have known how to do it correctly. And that's what we're trying to present here is a space and a place for everyone, not just the mega, not just only things I like. It is about what can we do to make our community better. And so if that's a business that needs a shout out, if that is an event you're having,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
some organizations don't have a marketing department with $1 million budget.
Right.
Maybe you only got $75.
Let's
I'll
talk about
come and I'll beat the band for your $75. Like you have $1 million budget because you're just as important as that guy with that $1 million budget.
right.
And that's what people have to understand. It's
Yeah.
meeting people where they're at, not where we want them to be. That's what we're going to try to do here is meet people where they're at and elevate their game. And that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to do this because we like being on TV or like being on video or social. We enjoy it because we like talking and hanging out with each other. One of my biggest joys is hanging out with Chuck, hanging out with Brant, hanging out with Rhonda. But really, like Chuck said, in the end, if you ain't helping nobody, then what does it
You
matter?
ain't no good.
I love it. Well, the next we would talk about these gatherings we're having the second weekend of every month. And I'm wondering if the Thursday evening, August 12th, there's some place that we can do a remote and go live, but also, record it to televise and bring traffic there to help people, to literally help them on site. It's one thing to buy another ad or to place another spot, but it's another thing when you can actually bring people together, and I don't know, maybe call it a cash flow event, but we want to increase the cash flow for that establishment that night.
Yep.
Whether it's Thursday night, the 12th of September, or whether it's or it's September 14th on a Saturday morning.
Yep.
Amarillo is such a benevolent city, a wonderful city. They come together for the homeless, for the kids, for all that. But it's so many times it's the businesses themselves that are doing these events to help out the kids and help out the homeless when they themselves are suffering. So it's time to bless those who are doing all these events. And I just can't think of a better way than to see if we can't kick off the first one, if not before, either Thursday, the September 12th, and maybe another one on Saturday morning. I don't know, but we have the ability to do it. And being on television, being on the radio, we have a platform, and all three of us know the power of using those platforms to encourage people.
Right.
I think that's a great idea. Go ahead, Chuck.
It's really sinful to think, the way I see it, it's really sinful to think that so many of the established media have put down what we're doing. But I say this, you can put it down, but you can't put it out.
I think that's a great idea, Brant, is to be able to pull people together and show them some things, show them in a different way, in a non-pressure way, in a way that people want to change their lives. That's why they get up and go to work every day. They're looking for a way to change their lives. And if we can help facilitate that by telling people about what you do and how you do it, and telling you, because like I said, a guy might be excellent at fixing the dent in your car,
Yeah.
He may not be too good at getting on here and telling you how he fixes that dent in your car.
Right.
And we have to bridge that. And that's what we're going to try to do in this, is try to bridge that gap between what you do, what your skill, what your service is, what your worth is to the community, and
Right.
how to get that information out there. And that's
Hey,
all we're trying to do. I think it's an excellent idea, Brent, that we get together maybe on the 12th, come together, invite some people in to kind of show them and let them see what we're talking about and how we're going to do this, and how, let's be honest, the way people consume media is not the way they used to. Not even
no.
5 minutes
Right.
ago, less known 5 years ago.
It's all changed, man. It's all changed.
When you're feeding the birds, do you want to just go out and throw a handful of sunflower seeds out into the field? Or if you're wanting to attract hummingbirds, what do? You get a hummingbird feeder. You get specific. You get
Right.
right to that point. That's what media, that's what advertisement, that's what promotion is now. I can get specific to the bird I want to cater to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you made mention of something. Uh, as far as that collision goes, I had a collision a couple of weeks ago. Hey, I need
Oh, no.
somebody to help me right now.
Right. Right. Right.
Tell me
You all
something.
right? You all right, Chuck?
Hey, don't I look all right? I'm the imitator, not the imitator.
He's hey man, he's it, man. He's doing good. Well, I'm excited about this, and you're so right, guys. There's no rules anymore in media, and the way that people receive information and experience it is so various now. You know, I was talking earlier with DJ, and the fact that so many businesses that they need to improve their cash flow right now.
Right.
There's a workshop for receptionists that will automatically help lessen the sand falling between the fingers. If you train your receptionist to be a perceptionist and actually invest in them, you're going to retain more business. You're going to keep more business. You probably get more business, but really, I think there's a way to, I don't want to say come to the rescue of, but in a way it kind of is. But there's a way to help those who are so used to helping others, but now they need help. They need traffic, and Amarillo is such an incredible city. People are so great that I know that we can bring people together. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful to bless a certain business that time, and to see them have a good sales night or a good sales day. I'm also interested, guys, how important is it that we also raise up new entrepreneurs of all ages, but especially the young right now?
Oh man, are you kidding me? If you don't have your young entrepreneurs coming up now, I mean, give them an idea. Better yet, let them give you an idea. Hey, everything isn't like it was 30 years ago when I was young. It wasn't that long ago. But everything isn't maintenance. You have to have some new ideas. And with the new ideas and technology coming along, and technology and STEM, oh God, education is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have things coming up out of there, then you're missing the boat.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out on a limb, because that's what those entrepreneurs, those young entrepreneurs, those veteran entrepreneurs, those business owners that did, they've stepped out on a limb. Here's what I'm going to do. We're talking about getting together before the gathering on that Thursday. If you reach out to Brant, touch him on his social media. If you're a business owner, you're a young entrepreneur, maybe you're starting a new clothing store. Maybe, and this is a critical time too, because school started back. We're looking at Christmas around the corner. You've got a cost from sporting events, from the tri-state fair. All these pressures are on business owners. 3 people, if you want me to come out and come to your place of business or come to what you do, what you want to present to the community, I'll do it free of charge. I'll come out and I'll do a 15 to 20-minute spot on what you do and promote you and tell why you are important to our community and why people need to support you. I'll do that. First 3 people who reach out to Brant and say, listen, yeah, let that jerk come out and stand on my parking lot. We'll see what good happens. If worse comes to worse, you'll get traffic from people wanting to throw tomatoes at you.
Hey,
think
David,
about that. Think about
David.
that. We'll put up a dunking booth for all guys. We'll put up a dunking booth.
David, I tell you what, I'm going to take you up on that. Not only is it David, I'll be in on that. Go ahead. Throw something at us. We're going to, I'm up for
it. Years ago, I did a dunking booth, and plenty of people wanted to dunk me. Maybe that's an idea too, a dunking booth. Well, guys, I'm excited about this because I want to give to, that's a big deal though, folks. I mean, gosh, in 1991, to have someone like David or Chuck or myself to come do a remote, it's $500, and that was 91. So, and I know others who charge 1,800. That's a big, big thing, guys. The first 30 people, but you know what? We want to see people succeed. And there are those who said, there are some business owners who are doing very well, who said, you know what? I want to help be a part of that too. I want to see young people become entrepreneurs. I want to see, the boomers. The boomers are living longer. They call it the silver tsunami.
Here I am.
Yeah. Well, you know what? A lot of them are facing, do I re-enter the workforce? Do I start a business? Hey, I had to start working for myself when I was 13 years old, playing piano, $25 an hour, not bad, in 1983, but and doing marketing as well. But you know what? Unfortunately, you don't learn it in school. You really don't learn it in college. You learn to prepare for a job. You don't learn it in church. Where are you going to learn it? Well, people need to learn how to be entrepreneurs right now. In the state of Texas, it's so easy to start a business. People say, well, you don't see a profit, for at least a year. Hey, I saw a profit day one. Okay.
Right.
So there is a way to do it. That's why I wrote that book, Hollywood Marketing on a Mayberry Budget, over 20 years ago. But I'm excited. Some of you, man, hey, I'm on a Mayberry budget right now. And well, I tell you what, we can give you Hollywood. That used to be a good word, Hollywood, and not anymore, but we can make you look like the big boys. But what I'm excited about this next level of marketing is actual crowds with actual money. And that's a whole different thing. So there's a way to do it, but from workshops for entrepreneurs to remotes, to other training methods, even team building, to help increase productivity. Did a team building seminar. I actually did it for Amarillo too, the courthouse. But this one company, they increased by $11 million that year. It was in Tulsa, and it was a team building seminar developed for them. We have a lot of tools in our tool belt here, folks, to help you. And I'm excited about bringing great people together, Lovejoy and Chuck and Rhonda. And, so good to see you. Looks like Lovejoy's been on the road and he's traveling, so he might pop back in. But Chuck, I'm excited about coming together and encouraging people and equipping people to do better in business and to do better for their family and their children in this hour.
Well, that, believe it or not, this program is kind of inspiring me to get up off my behind and don't depend on somebody else to provide a paycheck for you. You got to do it on your own. And no matter how you cut it, no matter what you do, you have to depend on doing it on your own. Really, the days of the local television, local radio, et cetera, they've gone big business on us.
Mhm.
And there's no way in the world you can tell me that they haven't.
Mhm.
Uh, you you can just tell that by look at your news at night.
Right.
Look at your news at night, and uh, it's your local things that are going to get off on you. The other
Yeah.
this this past Saturday, Stephanie and I went out to Braceros.
Oh
Whoa!
yeah, great place. Which
Hey,
one, downtown or across the town?
we went to the one downtown,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you know, uh, I saw a bench down there that really hit home with me. It was a bench that had bull riders on the backs,
Oh wow,
and I mean they were getting it, boy. Believe me. And then there was a piece of artistry up on the wall.
wow.
It was a Argentinian cowboy. I wanted to buy that right then. Didn't have the money for it, but nonetheless, I was going to buy it. But I was beginning to wonder if I was in a restaurant or an art show.
I love it. I love it. Well, it's not easy when you're trying to live by your art.
Right.
That's why it's important to have a local base and stuff. Whether you're a musician, whether you're an artist, and I've been both. But I'm excited about the prospect of well, not it's more than a prospect. We're just going to do it. But people have got to come together. Chuck, I'll never forget seeing a multimillionaire and had a very incredible global business, but he had to take out loans to pay payroll. And to
Right.
me, that didn't make sense. Well, he
Makes
was a
sense.
millionaire on paper, but as far as cash flow, he paid himself last. And so he literally had to take out loans. And a lot of businesses, folks, if you knew how many businesses have to regularly take out loans just to make payroll, everybody would start a business.
Yeah.
Let people pay you to come into your circle. And you've earned that, Chuck. Lovejoy's earned that. I've paid my dues too, 20 times over. We all have. But we're still teachable, but we want to see others succeed. That's why I do it. That's why you do it. That's why Lovejoy does it. Rhonda's fantastic as well. So anyway, just wanted to touch base and let people know what we're thinking. And I'm looking, I know we'll all be on the lookout. Where do we have our first get together, our first cash flow event to help bless whatever business that we choose or calls us for September 12th, Thursday night. So anyway, that and beyond. But it's good seeing you, my man. Thank you for joining me and us join each other.
And you have no idea how friendly it is and how good it is to see your face again.
Hey, I feel the same way, my man. And folks, we'll talk to you soon. We love you and have